Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty 4. I'm playing a bit of Team Deathmatch on the map Bog, one of my favorite maps in Call of Duty 4. In fact, of Call of Duty all time, it actually ranked pretty highly on my top 10 Call of Duty maps of all time. It's a fantastic map. You take an M16 like I've got here, and man, this gun is so damn good. But my M16 shot is really off. See, parts of this video, you're going to see like, wow, Nero's shot is so on. He's just one bursting people across the map. And there's other times when you're like, wow, Nero, you're missing like crazy here. What's going on with you? So hopefully you guys will enjoy the gameplay. I start off pretty good, then my teammates kind of start to suck. But, you know, last night, I kind of had, I don't know, started having some nostalgic feels, I guess, because, you know, I was working on that video I did yesterday where I basically went into Crash on Call of Duty 4 and downloaded a bunch of different mods and stuff for it and, you know, played around with that. And after doing all that, and I was kind of like, had started having some like nostalgic feels for Call of Duty 4 so I'm like, I want to play some Call of Duty 4 before bed. You know, I ended up playing like, I'm gonna say 4 or 5 games or so. One of them was freaking amazing. It was on shipment. Like the first game I got on was on shipment. I was like all rusty and stuff, and I was on the worst one bar ever, and there was a hacker in the lobby, and I joined halfway through, but I still ended up getting 81 kills. I thought about using that gameplay for this video, but I mean, I'm not sure if I'm going to use it at all, to be perfectly honest, just because it is so laggy. Like, picture the worst one bar you've ever seen. Like, that host had to have been from, like, Zimbabwe or something. I don't know where Zimbabwe is. I just know it's a place that's not near me, so I always kind of use that as an example. But regardless, it is a freaking cool gameplay. I might use it for Dear Nero. I ended up getting this gameplay here, which isn't exceptional, but it has a pretty good start. Then my teammates kind of start to suck, and they start feeding the enemy team helicopters and stuff, so it kind of becomes a struggle towards the end. But regardless, I hope you guys all enjoy that. I want to make this video as kind of a public service announcement, kind of reminding everybody that, hey, you know, the older Call of Duties that you may have all them nostalgic feels for, those are still around, and you should enjoy them while you can, because they're not going to be around forever. Of course, right now, like at the time of this video going up, is actually going to be Double XP weekend for Call of Duty Ghosts as well as Black Ops 2, so chances are you're not going to be playing any of the old nostalgic Call of Duty games. You're going to be playing the newer ones because, of course, Double XP, and that's kind of a big deal for a lot of people, myself included. I think I might actually hop on Black Ops 2 later on tonight. I think they're actually doing it like all 3 days, so I think I might hop on Black Ops 2 because I just hit 10th Prestige for the second time in Black Ops 2, and I'm thinking about just going back and, you know, trying to get my way all the way back up to Master Prestige again, because I like that game. It's a really fun game, and if they do have Nuketown 24/7, of course I'm going to want to play that. Maybe I'll make another Nuketown montage or something, you never know. But yeah, that's kind of a public service announcement saying, hey, those older Call of Duty games that we all know and love, they are still there, and I suggest you guys play them as much as you can, because you look at Call of Duty 4 here, it's dwindling down a lot. There is still a pretty good amount of people still playing it, in that you can join a team deathmatch. You can, you know, join a domination match. Search and Destroy is kind of iffy. There's a lot of hackers in there. But you can still play Call of Duty 4. And as Call of Duties get older, they kind of become less and less relevant to the point where less and less people are starting to play it. You look at Call of Duty 2. Call of Duty 4 was like the first Call of Duty game I played. It's the oldest Call of Duty game I played back in its prime, right? But there's people that have been playing Call of Duty longer than me. They've been playing since like Call of Duty 2 or maybe even the original Call of Duty, right? And the people that like Call of Duty 2, they can't play that game, you know, they kind of grew up on. They can't go back on like a nostalgia trip for that game, because literally there's like 2 people playing Call of Duty 2. Like, if you ever sign into Call of Duty 2, there's like 1 to 5 people online in total still. So they can't really play that. And eventually, I feel as though Call of Duty 4 is going to get there. You know, with the release of next-gen consoles, with the release of a new Call of Duty game every single year, Call of Duty 4 kind of gets, you know, out of relevance as years go by, right? You look at Call of Duty 4, then World at War came out, then Modern Warfare 2, then Black Ops, then Modern Warfare 3, then Black Ops 2, then Call of Duty Ghosts, now Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty 4, which came out back in 2007, and just to put that into perspective, I was 16 years old, I think, at about that time, and I'm 22 years old now. It's a freaking old game, and if you do enjoy the game, and you want to enjoy it, you should try to do your best to enjoy it while you can, and especially at this time of the year, where people kind of take the current Call of Duty and they kind of get bored of it. You know, come towards the end of summer, once fall starts coming around, once, you know, September rolls around, October especially, people kind of get really tired of the original Call of Duty, or the Call of Duty that's out, not the original Call of Duty, but the Call of Duty that's out currently, and they try and play some of the older ones. And I suggest you guys all go and do that, because, you know, it's your guys' leisure time. You know, you guys have work, you guys have school, you guys have whatever it is that's going on in your lives, and when it's time for leisure, it's time for you just to enjoy yourself, play a couple video games or so. you should do a game that you like playing. You know, a lot of people seem to kind of have this idea where I have to play the current Call of Duty game. You know, I see people so much complaining about Call of Duty Ghosts, and it's like, you know, you don't have to play it. You know, same thing happened during Black Ops 2. A lot of people were raging so much, like, oh, the target finders are ridiculous, or whatever complaint they had about the game at the time. It's like, yes, no, you guys don't have to play this game. Black Ops is still around, Modern Warfare 3 is still around. You know, COD 4, we get coordinated right there. All these games are still around. You can still enjoy them. And I'm kind of noticing a trend, though, when it comes to these older games. And tell me if you guys have seen this trend as well. I noticed that when Call of Duty games become 2 years old, that's when hackers kind of start to come in for whatever reason. Have you guys ever noticed that? Like, I remember during Modern Warfare 2, that's when Call of Duty 4 first started getting hacks into the game. That's when Call of Duty 4 was 2 years old. And then during Black Ops, that's when World at War really started getting hacked. It started getting hacked a little bit during Modern Warfare 2, but not much. But during Black Ops, it started really getting hacked. Then during Modern Warfare 3, that's when Modern Warfare 2 started getting hacked. And I'm like, I'm starting to notice a pattern here. And then during Black Ops 2, that's when the original Black Ops started getting hacked. I was like, okay, well now this is starting to get suspicious here. And now that we're in Call of Duty Ghost, you look back at Modern Warfare 3, that's now full of hackers too. If you guys notice, I honestly, here's a theory. Yeah, there's a really popular channel called Game Theorist. Here's my game theory here. What if intentionally the Call of Duty developers start to just, you know, let up on security on their game, or maybe put in the hacks themselves to force people to want to buy the newer Call of Duty game rather than sticking with the old ones that they already know and love? What if that were a possibility? What if that were a possibility? But regardless, that is the end of the gameplay. Like I said, guys, nothing super exceptional about that game whatsoever. It was just, you know, I played 4 or 5 matches, and I figured that was a decent gameplay. I didn't get anything really super special aside from I got quad feed on one of the maps I played, and I got that 81 kill match on Shipment, which was just fantastic. But regardless, I do hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments, which Call of Duty game is your guys' favorite? Because there's so many of them at this point. Which one is your guys' favorite? If I had to pick... but it's between COD 4 and World at War. I really can't choose. COD 4 is a lot easier to play right now because, you know, there's a lot less hackers on it and there's a lot more people playing it. World at War, you can only play team deathmatch for the most part, and chances are you're gonna find a hacker on there, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I say those two are my favorite. I can't really pick between the two. Like, if they were both in their prime, you know, they both had, you know, 300,000 people playing it at once, and there was no hackers. Oh, I don't know which one I would want. I don't know which one I would play. I like them both oh so much. So let me know in the comments, what's your guys' favorite Call of Duty? I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.